Today I want to talk to you about the PowerStrips by FGXpress, and I want to talk about all the technologies that have been engineered into them. There are 5 of them. The first is the water-soluble adhesive, the alpha-3 CMP marine phytoplankton that is proprietary to our company, Korean red ginseng, an important nutrient. Far infrared technology that is germanium-based. And the last thing I'll talk about is silver. The water-soluble technology that's been designed into the PowerStrips by FGXpress is critical. The strips are designed for regular use, and the patented process that's been used to design and to make this adhesive actually allows for a skin-friendly process. Most adhesives that are in this technology are actually pretty caustic to the skin, so if you use them on a regular basis, you get irritation. But in the case of the PowerStrip, you have a water-soluble technology that is gentle on the skin, is much less likely to cause things like contact dermatitis, and a big bonus is that people with skin issues will be less sensitive to this adhesive. These are all very important things to understand because they've been designed for regular use. I'd like to talk about alpha-3 CMP marine phytoplankton. Now remember, this phytoplankton is proprietary to this company. Why is this marine phytoplankton so important? Well, it has almost complete nutrition. It has every amino acid required. It has all of the natural fatty acids. It has the vitamins and minerals required to maintain health. The cells require all of these elements, these building blocks, in order to recover health or to maintain health. There's a university study that demonstrates experimentally that marine phytoplankton actually elevates mood, creates a better sense of well-being. There's also evidence that it boosts our immune system and creates a more powerful immune response. Korean red ginseng has been used for hundreds of years, but during the past few decades we've begun to understand how it actually works. There's a large body of peer-reviewed published literature that begins to explain the processes that Korean red ginseng uses to create health. There's evidence that it mitigates pain. It actually blocks the calcium channels in the nerves that conduct pain. There's good evidence that it helps with anxiety. There's also evidence that it helps boost the immune system and improve liver function. There's good evidence in the medical literature that it helps sexual dysfunction, both in men and in women. It helps blood pressure. If you've got abnormally high blood pressure, it lowers it to within normal limits. If you have low blood pressure, it raises it to normal limits. So it has an adaptogenic effect. There's great evidence in the medical literature that Korean red ginseng has powerful anti-diabetic effects. There's also experiments that show that it has strong antioxidative effects. There's even evidence that it has powerful anti-aging properties. The next technology that I want to talk about is far infrared technology that is germanium-based. Incorporated into the strip, into the base of the strip itself, are particles of germanium. Germanium is a naturally occurring element, but it has very interesting optical properties. It's understood by science that the body gives off energy in a spectrum of wavelengths. What germanium is able to do is actually absorb all of those wavelengths that are coming off the body and striking the PowerStrip and refocus it and direct it back into the body, but in the far infrared spectrum. So the question is, what does far infrared do for the body? Reported in many medical studies is that far infrared actually activates the nitric oxide pathway. The nitric oxide pathway has many beneficial effects to the body, but chief among them is that it causes dilatation of the vessels, allowing for propagation of more blood, more oxygen to every cell in the body, and then it also helps the transport of all the metabolic wastes from cells out of the body. This is a critical technology. Silver is another technology that's been developed for the FGXpress PowerStrips. Now, for more than 100 years, we've understood that silver has strong antimicrobial effects. In fact, 100 years ago, when they would draw water out of a well, often a silver coin would be introduced into it. Now, the people who did that weren't sure why they were doing that, but now we understand that what was going on is that silver was having a direct effect on the bacterial count in the water. It was also protecting against protozoal infections, fungi, and also viruses. Recent studies have shown that the silver functions as an antimicrobial in a certain way. What it tends to do is attack or adhere to the membrane of a bacteria or the cell wall of a fungus and actually inactivate or kill those species. So silver has been incorporated to provide for protection against infection. So in summary, what I'd like to do is just mention each of these elements again so that you understand it in a global way. To begin with, we have the water-soluble, patented technology that's gentle on the skin, so it helps us with regular use. We also have germanium-based far-infrared technology that activates the nitric oxide pathway. Third, we have the proprietary alpha-3 CMP marine phytoplankton that delivers almost complete nutrition. The Korean red ginseng that has been designed into the patch delivers many positive healthful effects. The medical literature bears this out. That's important to remember. The last technology is silver. Silver has been incorporated into this technology for a very important reason. It has strong antimicrobial effects. It's able to fight off infections from many bacteria, from many funguses, viruses, and even protozoa. Taken as a whole, each of these 5 amazing technologies have been thoughtfully and carefully engineered into FGXpress